Hello, lords and ladies of YouTube, and welcome back to Nightly Gaming's Nightly Gaming and another episode of Hearthstone. So today I'm going to be showing you kind of an interesting deck. It's labeled as just taunts and armor because that's what the deck is taunts and armor. The whole point of the deck is kind of the premise of a control warrior, where I'm preventing you from doing serious damage to my face, gaining up lots of extra armor for extra health, and then just controlling the field and slowly whittling you down. But with this deck, it's even a little bit more focused on driving the game for so long that the enemy ends up dying more of fatigue. So it ends up having very, very long games, so it's not exactly good for like climbing a ladder or anything like that. Even though it has a fairly high win rate, it doesn't exactly get you up ranks quickly because the games last for so long that you could move up faster from playing something that has a faster pace. Like a Face Hunter deck will climb you up ladder way faster than this deck, just because of the sheer number of games you can get through with that. So I'm not really going to go through the deck list so much this time, since it's pretty standard. It's taunts and armor with things that buff taunts and armor. So here is the deck list, though, for those of you that want to see it. I will also leave it down in the description. So as you can see, almost all taunts and armor, or buffing my taunts, plus then one Grow Match Hellscream, just because that's such a good card to throw in at any point, and you need sometimes that quick board clear. So I'm going to go ahead and hop into a game, and I'll show you guys how it works. Taunts and armor, let's go. Oh, so just to toot my own horn, I got up to rank 10. I know that's not a huge achievement, but I am very proud of it, and I wanted to point that out. I am very much happy with that. So, just saying, but that also does mean that, you know, if this deck does well at this point, it's doing well at a fairly high level. Not super ridiculously high, but fairly high level. Alright, let's see here. Bolster can be good to get that early control. So can Rampage. Sledge Belcher would be a good turn 5, but he's a little too high for me to want to deal with that. Rampage is going to probably be more helpful later on for me. You know, when he starts actually doing more damage to face. And okay, the Shield Maiden was not exactly wanted off of that draw. I would rather have had the Sledge Belcher. Okay, so there's an Evil Heckler, which is kind of nice, as a turn 4, but yeah, so far not the best of openings. Okay, looks like I'm just going to armor up for turn 2. So hopefully he doesn't have a turn 2 and then just uses hero power and I can just keep healing up. Or no, he has a turn 2. Okay, Snow Chugger. I'm just gonna bash to get it off the field. And it has 3 health, so it's not like a waste of any of the damage. It's an efficient use of the damage. Plus I get 3 armor off of it, so that's always nice. Stacking up the armor. Okay, so he's... my guess is it's gonna be something like a mirror entity or something along those lines. So I'm gonna go ahead and just Evil Heckler, because he shouldn't be able to get through that just one turn. Well, he can, depending on if he has things like a Frostbolt in his hand, or heck, if he has a Fireball. I wouldn't think he would want to waste a Fireball on it. You could also try to kill it with the Flamewalker, but fail. So let's see, okay, yeah, he ended up having to use a Frostbolt. Okay, so for the most part, I would call that worth. Not completely worth, but I don't really have a good option here. I could try to put something on the field with Young Priestess, but I'm gonna go with the 5 armor plus a draw. Oh no! For some reason, I was expecting that to be like a mirror image or an ice barrier or ice block or something like that. I was not expecting the counter spell. Okay, I'm going to just slam and I'll execute it next turn.
Job done.
That way I can get the draw power. I don't really want to use an execute on that though. I mean, I could use the other slam, but I don't get the draw power off of it. Mm. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. I'm saving the execute for that thing because I have a feeling that he's gonna have it just sit there and get super, super strong. He's just gonna leave it in stealth and let it build up. That's my guess, anyways. Do I want to execute that, or do I want to shield maiden? I could execute that. No, I want to save the execute. I'm also going to save the slam in order to execute it. So yeah, I'll shield maiden, get the extra armor, and hope he doesn't decide to throw both of his guys at it. Actually, that'd be kind of nice if he throws both of his guys at it, but it doesn't look like he's going to have to. He's probably just going to hero power and then throw in Flame Walker into it.
Defensive systems online.
Although I feel like he probably wants to keep the Flame Walker alive. So I don't know. He's gonna throw the Flame Walker into it. It looks like okay, I can respect that. The question is that another counter spell, or is that a mirror entity? You know what? I mean, I could Young Priestess and just give him that, which wouldn't be too hard to take care of. I mean, I could do. Okay, let's just do it. Let's see if it's mirror entity. So it's not mirror entity. So my guess is it's a counter spell. Yep. Okay. So I'm okay with giving up the bolster. I kind of like the bolster in this deck just because I have so many taunt cards, and it buffs up my taunts really well. But with that said, you know, it's probably one of the more acceptable things for me to lose here. Because Slam I'm going to need as a way for some draw power as well as to use my execute on, and I really want to use my shield block because I can't believe he wasted my other one. It's just such a good card. 5 armor and a draw for 3 mana. That's just ridiculous. It's one of the most efficient cards. And sweet, I can go ahead and execute that now. So bada boom, bada bing. And then we'll go ahead and get the draw. And do I want to just armor up, or do I want the other draw? No, I'm gonna go with the extra armor. Save Slam for, you know, in case something else comes up. That is a little bit more of an effective use in my mind. Okay. So that's a little unpleasant. Okay. So let's use the slam there to get the draw. Ooh. No, okay, I'm going to cleave because I'm guaranteed to kill someone here. Oh, perfect. That was literally the best thing that could happen. I could put out my Armor Smith right now, but he'll just kill it in one turn. So I'm going to wait till I can put out my Sunwalker. It's a little bit of a waste of mana, but oh well. I think it'll benefit me long term. And with a relatively low hand, it's going to be kind of nice to be able to hold on to it somewhat. Plus, he's going to waste some of his spell on face damage with that instead of board clear, which is actually good for me. So, not going to complain too much. Oh. Okay. Okay. That complicates matters. Oh boy. There's not anything I can really effectively do with my Fiery War Axe right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and armor up. So he is staying ahead of me in card draw, so that's good. So when we get to fatigue damage, he's going to be taking the extra damage, you know, more so than I am. Plus, my armor should help keep me safe For a little while anyways. Okay. Man, this is...
Minions.
Oh my
Soldiers of the
god, this is not... That's not good. Oh, man. Why'd he have to get Kel'Thuzad? Okay. Well, gosh darn it. How am I going to... I don't have enough to kill him outright, and I don't want to just sacrifice my armor smith into him. Hopefully I can get more armor out of her, which would be nice. But, oh man, that's really inconvenient. That is also really inconvenient. And whatever that secret is, I'm sure it's very inconvenient. Oh man, this is not going well at all. They have all the board control, and I have none of it. And I don't have very much to get board control with. Oh, hi Rampage. You're not useful at all in this situation. I have no way of coming back from this, I don't think. I mean, I guess I could attack face with my axe, but I kind of wanted to save it to execute something, but Kel'Thuzad is making that impossible. I have no way of wiping out Kel'Thuzad. This is not good. Not good at all. I don't even know what I could possibly do here. I mean, I'm dead next turn, unless I magically pull out something that would kill him. But I don't think I have anything in my deck that would. I mean, I could get an execute and then hit. Oh, okay. See, it really doesn't matter. I mean, even if I did kill him, I'm dead anyways. See, and then he just decided to kill that thing to get it back up to full health, just in case. So okay, Gromash is nice, but it still doesn't help me really that much. It would have been helpful earlier on, but as of right now, not helpful. Okay. Well, GG. Well played. That's the end of that. Yay! Thanks, Ogre. You got me to kill that Kel'Thuzad. Okay, he's flame striking now. Just make sure that doesn't happen again. Okay. Cool. That didn't go out as well as I had hoped. So I guess I have to show you another game to show you how well it works, because it usually actually works out fairly well for me actually. But it's not working too well in that game. He ended up getting, as soon as he got the Kel'Thuzad on there, it was done. It was just, there was no way for me to get through anything, and he had already had too much board dominance that I couldn't establish my taunts on there long enough to be of any use. So, oh well. Yeah, mages, to be fair, are always one of the harder ones to go against in any deck, in my opinion. But also, they are particularly bad for people who want to focus on board control. So things like throwing out my taunts and holding down the board. Just because they have so much turnaround, they can clear your board with things like, you know, arcane missiles, fireball, flame strike, Arcane Explosion. Okay, I disconnected. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, lords and ladies. I will go ahead and get this started right back up. Okay, cool. In we go. Okay. Let's see what we got this time. Maybe I'll get a little bit more lucky. Okay, Paladin. That can be a little frustrating, but I'm actually okay with against Paladin, and I got a much better starting hand this time. Okay. So the Magnetar Alpha, I know, is a little of a high cost, but I have a fairly good curve so far, a 1 and a 2. I'm hoping I'll get some kind of a 3. If not, I always can just armor up and then use him on turn 4. But there's my turn 3. So I know what you're probably thinking is, why do you have a Magnetar Alpha in there? He's not a taunt or provides any armor, but he has good board clear, and he's a good 4-stat card to just throw out there. So he can be quite helpful, especially when you can't get to him because of my taunts. So I can sit there and just attack your low strength cards. For example, if he summons, well, actually, Anoatron is a good example, but I was also going to say if he summons his Silverhand recruits, I can attack those and do damage to the minions that are on the side. Okay. So I'm not going to attack with my young priestess. Instead, I will sit here and buff up my Anoatron, so that way I have a better Anoatron than him. So, neener. The question is what is that? Is that a noble sacrifice? Probably. I'm guessing that's what that is. But I will test it. Yep, okay, I was right. Noble sacrifice.
More training.
So, this is fine because Noatron doesn't die. He's gonna get his health buffed back up by Young Priestess. And I got rid of his Noatron plus some extra armor, so that's nice. And I am guessing that is another another noble sacrifice. It could be redemption. Well, let's find out. Okay. So I attack. Yep, alright. Noble sacrifice. That's what I thought. Okay. So that was a quick surrender. He didn't want to deal with that, apparently. See, best deck ever. Okay, no, I'll go ahead and play one more. My guess is he just didn't have a good hand at all, and I got rid of the little things that he did have, and I was just gonna keep buffing up that Anoatron, and he was just annoyed with my Anoatron. Okay. So I'm against another warrior. So if he's another control warrior, this is going to be a long, slow game. So good hand overall. I don't need that Sunwalker yet. A little too high of a cost. Ooh, Deathlord. That's a nice, strong, early game taunt to put out. I actually like that. The only thing is if he has an execute, then that can be bad because of the fact that he can immediately get some kind of a draw off it. I'm actually going. Well, I could do coin Anoatron and then next turn do Armor Smith, or I could do coin Armor Smith next turn Anoatron, or I could play Young Priestess next turn summon Deathlord with coin, or next turn Priestess plus Anoatron, and then turn 3 coin for Arcane Nullifier. What do I think is going to be the best option? So I'm going to go with Young Priestess turn 1, and then probably turn 2 summon the Deathlord, because the Deathlord is going to be a stronger, more intimidating turn 2 than Arcane Nullifier as a turn 3. Earlier you can summon something big and strong like that, especially off with a coin, the better. Because it usually makes a bigger swing in one direction or another. Okay. Plus now my Young Priestess can sit here and buff up my Deathlord, so he's less likely to get the Death Rattle, summon a random minion from his deck onto the field type of a thing. So he's less likely to get the benefits from my Deathlord, at the very least not until later. where hopefully I'll have enough, you know, enough established board control that it won't matter. Only thing is, this does make my turn 3 kind of an awkward turn 3 since I don't actually have anything to really put on there that will efficiently use my mana. I probably just gonna go with my armor smith, so I can start building off armor in case he hurts any of my minions, because I don't need the Annoyatron on field right now because I already have my Deathlord's taunt. I could put Magnetar Alpha out next turn, or my Arcane Nullifier in case I wanted another taunt. Let's see here. What do I want to do? I could slam to get him down to 1 and then kill him with my Armor Smith. That brings her down to 1 health though. I could Magnetar Alpha or Arcane Nullifier, but I don't really want him to get to do the 4 damage on there. I could Heroic Strike and kill it, but that's lack of 1 damage. Get 4 damage to face. Plus, if I do this, I get draw power. Because I can do this and then Annoyatron, or this and then armor up. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and slam that.
Strike.
Attack with the Armor Smith, who will survive. Armor up. Clear out the Crazed Alchemist. And attack. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that's fine. Now I just hope he doesn't have an execute on my Deathlord. That's the only downside to that play. If it does do damage to my Deathlord, which with execute being a card in his hand as a potential against a warrior, that does make it potentially dangerous. Okay, so I only killed 1. That's nice. He didn't get my Armor Smith. He did get to kill my Young Priestess, so she's not going to be buffing my guys anymore, which is, you know, a little sad, but not the end of the world. Let's see here. Once again, I could summon either one of these two, or I could summon Deathlord and Armor, Deathlord and Annoyatron. You know, I'm just gonna go for taunts everywhere, and establish more board control. More stuff he has to get through before he can get to my Armor Smith, and hopefully he doesn't have a Whirlwind that will just wipe out my Armor Smith. But even if he does, it's still going to do damage to all of my minions before she technically dies, so I'll get that additional armor off of everyone. So, wouldn't be the end of the world. It doesn't look like he has that. He's just... Okay, so he's going to get double taunts on field. But that's not too bad, especially since I have Cleave I can use, which wipes out one of them. And then I can pop my Divine Shield and get some damage done onto that one, which isn't the end of the world. And then I will also go ahead and finally get around to summoning my Magnetar Alpha, so I can start clearing out board a little bit better. Because that would have actually been an okay time. No, I wouldn't have wanted to, because both of them would have killed my Magnetar Alpha. I could have cleared both of them off with the Alpha, but didn't want to. So his best bet here would be either to kill Annoyatron, or... Did he try to... He just wanted to go straight for the Magnetar Alpha? He assumed it had taunt just because everything I have has taunt. Oh, okay, so he's going to kill the one Deathlord. If I was him, I might consider using that axe to kill my Annoyatron, because otherwise my Annoyatron's going to get to just trade into his Cochrane Elite. Yeah, okay. Good call on his part. So let's see here. What do I want to do? Ooh, okay. That makes my choices easier. I will do that. I will summon that, and I'm going to sacrifice my Armor Smith, actually, into that. She's giving me enough armor to be considered worse, so I'm going to trade her into that 4 attack, and, you know, prevent that damage from coming onto my Deathlord and or my Arcane Nullifier, and I'm not going to get it to face from using Heroic Strike. So, you know, saving myself damage, and I think it was overall worth it. Plus, she was so close to being dead, he could kill her with a whirlwind or anything like that, so it wasn't really super worth to keep her on field when I had such a good trade potential just then. So, I think I'm going to Heroic Strike into Ogre. And actually, no, I'm going to Grow Mash into the Ogre, kill the Ogre. It'll bring him down to 5 health, but it will activate his Enrage. And he does, unless he has an Execute, then it shouldn't be a problem. Plus, even if he does have an Execute, I'd almost prefer him to use it on the Grow Mash than Death Lord at this moment. Oh, okay, and he surrenders as soon as he saw the Grow Mash. So as you can see, it's all about establishing board control and then never letting them catch up. Meanwhile, I'm building up armor this whole time and he never gets to do anything, and slowly whittling down their health. So that way if we get to the point where we're drawing fatigue damage, they're the one that dies first. So even against other warriors that kind of focus on kind of controlling the board, which is somewhat what he seems to be going for, you know, it doesn't work for you. I just have too many taunts. I just slow the game down way too much, and you never get to do anything. So that's my concept of my taunt and armor warrior. It's my kind of modification on a control warrior. It's very similar, I admit, but it's kind of my individual take on it. So thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the deck build, check out the description below where I will have it. Also make sure to like the video. If you want to see my other Hearthstone videos and or any of the other videos I post, which I post 1 video a day every day, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments that you want to let me know about what you thought about the deck, modifications you would want to do to it, things like that, things I could have done better, comment section down below. Always love to hear from you guys. Otherwise, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!